Hello everyone, it's Lily. So we've had Pure Fiction for a while now. This is the new endgame content released in Honkai Star Rail following Memory of Chaos that's been here since day one. Unlike Mo-C, which uses star system based on the remaining cycle, Pure Fiction offers a different gameplay. Players take on waves of enemies to accumulate points, and the main goal is to collect as many points as possible before time runs out. Despite being introduced just 2 patches ago, I think it needs an overhaul already. Disclaimer, this is just my opinion, and you might have a different view about it, so if you want to drop a comment either supporting me or giving a counter-argument, let's do it in civil way. I'll start this video by getting straight to the point. Pure Fiction is boring. I understand my credibility might be questioned since I stopped doing 4-star only runs, but I held this opinion even when I was still undertaking that challenge. Not once did I enjoy doing Pure Fiction. For some reason, it doesn't feel like a proper endgame content. Is it hard? Yes, in terms of stat requirement to get full stars, it is around the same level as MOC Floor 10 or 11. However, everything else is meh. The gameplay and mechanics feel lackluster and too one-dimensional. I'm willing to spend a lot of time refining my MOC runs because it feels fulfilling. But up until now, I haven't bothered trying to maximize my score in Pure Fiction. I just did it one time and that's it. If you notice, I haven't made a single Pure Fiction showcase video, and that's why. Someone gave a perfect description about Pure Fiction, and I totally agree with this person. It is a turn-based dynasty warrior. Just like most Musu games, the main problem with this game mode is repetitiveness and lack of depth. Pure Fiction doesn't have that much diversity in terms of strategy. In fact, to some extent, I'd go as far as calling it anti-strategy. AoE characters hold a significant advantage over single target, even more dominant if they have follow-up attacks, and it ignores the RPG Holy Trinity. Having a strong Herta, for example, solves 80% of your problem here. The remaining 20% is basic buff stacking and button mashing. No speed tuning is required in Pure Fiction. The same goes for rotation. Just buff your main DPS, one-shot the enemies, fill the meter ASAP, and repeat. There is also little to no threat that could harm your run, so basically, sustainless teams are no-brainer for everyone, including 4-star only players. This game design leads to repetitive gameplay, something that shouldn't happen in endgame content. I won't call Pure Fiction fail yet, after all, it just came out. Unfinished is more appropriate. When I first read about it in the developer radio special, I could already imagine the repetitiveness, but decided to trust the team working on it that they would somehow be able to make it engaging. Unfortunately, I was mistaken. If things continue as they are, I'll have to mark Pure Fiction as their first failed project in this game. So how to fix it then? There are several ways to improve Pure Fiction in my opinion. The most important one is making more team comps viable, especially single target teams. Currently, there are 4 stages consisting of 2 halves like MOC, and every single one of them requires a nearly identical strategy. Unga Bunga with AoE DPS. If one half focused on AoE while the other half is a boss rush, the battle would be much more compelling. Other possible improvement is adding more complexity to the gameplay. If Hoyoverse intends to make Pure Fiction a place where players don't need sustained characters, that's okay, but at least don't turn it into an Unga Bunga fest like this. Incorporate puzzle elements during battles. I played Dream Jolt TV event the other day. In that event, before we get to the actual battle phase, there is a buff build-up phase where we strategically stack buffs. The buffs will enhance our team's power, but to stack them as many as possible is a puzzle that needs to be solved. This is much more fun than whatever we have in Pure Fiction right now. If they implement this system one day, that will significantly elevate the battle experience. My point is that puzzle is the heart of turn-based RPGs, but they're currently absent from Pure Fiction. I'm not sure how many people think the same way as I do, but I hope many will ask for improvement in the next survey. Given their responsiveness to feedback thus far, I'm optimistic Hoyoverse will do something about Pure Fiction, but only if we ask for it. Before they start adding more stages or even cooking new endgame content like co-op raid or tower mode. I want this game mode to show its full potential. And what about you guys? I'd like to hear your opinion about Pure Fiction. Do let me know in the comment below.